last video, we looked at how to distinguish between products in our simulation model by assigning different item type values to each of the flow items. And in the example we used, we had ones and twos. Ones represented mountain bikes and twos represented road bikes. So now I want to add an additional layer of differentiation between our products by saying, okay, well, not only do we have two different types of bikes, we have two different, let's say three different types of tire sizes. So in order to add an additional characteristic, item types can only be assigned once, and we never want to change them again because unless we alter that product into something different. So we need to have a different way to differentiate, and we do that through something called labels. So the process for adding labels must begin in our flow item bin. So on this very top row of the menu, we press this little box that has three items flying through the air, and a new screen comes up in our window. And so for boxes, we see that we have item types that are always assigned to them, but here we can add labels as well, and we can add as many as we want. So if we had 5 different things we wanted to distinguish between each of our bikes, color, type of frame, tire size, number of gears, we can add a label that represents all of those characteristics. So I'm going to press this green plus button and assign a number label. I always use number labels. And I'm going to name this additional characteristic to be tire size. So there's nothing assigned to this as of right now, but now we have a label that we can assign information to. So let's say, I'm going to close this window. Let's say that in our simulation model, we add the tire sizes. So right now, maybe the start of our model, we have 2 frames coming in here, mountain bikes and road bikes. And at processor 5, we want to add 3 different types of tires. So in the processor, let's determine what tires are going on what bicycle. So again, just as we had it done in the source, we're going to move to our Trigger tab. And on exit of this processor, I'm going to set a label. So I click this, and right now it's saying set item type, so I scroll down, and I want to set a label. I should be able to find my label here. If I have not created the label in the flow item bin, it will not show up, but I already did that because you have to have something to assign. And we said we're going to use 3 different types of tire sizes. So right now I'm going to stick with the even distribution of each of these 3 tire sizes. This is 1, 2, and 3 will each be 33.333%. And I'm going to hit apply. OK, reset to make sure that that takes, and I will run this model. Now, because nothing stays in my queue, just for a moment, I'm going to disconnect this link so that I can have a stack here and show you that labels have been assigned. I can either do that by deleting my sync or just disconnecting. I think I'll delete it. That will be the easiest way. So when I run this model, and let's grow a little stack there, quicken that up. So my colors represent the item types. Labels aren't represented visually, but if I open up a box, I can see that this tire size is 3. And I'd have to have documented somewhere else what does 3 represent. Is that a 24-inch tire or a 29-inch tire? So there's one. So this is a road bike, item type 2, with a 24-inch tire, let's say. Now this guy I'll open up. This is a mountain bike, because it's an item type 1. Also a 24-inch tire, same label there. Well, let's try this one. Tire size 3. Oh, I keep getting those. Oh, there we go. So road bike, because it's item type 2, and we have label 2 for tire size, which let's say represents a item type, or sorry, label tire size 26-inch. So just to make sure we're clear, I just added some visual text in our simulation model so that you begin to understand that these numbers for item type represent 2 different products. And the three different numbers that we've assigned for labels represent three different characteristics. Oftentimes students will get confused, and if they want to distinguish between three different sizes sorry, three different size for tires, they will add three labels. But we only need one label for each characteristic, and within the simulation model, we will assign values.